Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading Cam. I am pumped, excited, happy you are here, and hope you're enjoying this move from today. We got ourselves the SPY on the boards, and congratulations. We are getting some nice bounces. Had a very, very pretty gap, obviously on Monday, and we talked about that in the Monday free Real Life Stock View, discussing that this was most likely the double bottom. This is the support right here, this 264 area, right? The open of this candle, I mean, traded down, traded up, traded down, very pretty bounce. Good candle, I like it. Volume actually today is greater than the volume the last 4 or 5 days, so that's a big deal. Weekly chart looks good. We've actually already taken out the high of last week. So yeah, I mean, again, my thought is, and we've been talking about, most likely we're going to get something like this, very similar, that big crash and that kind of like double bottom type of look. We've been discussing that for the last few weeks, realistically, and congrats for the move. In fact, for those who did join the trading rooms, let me talk about what we discussed just on Monday in the Merchant Monday afternoon trading room. So at this particular juncture, short term or long term, if we're going to have any type of movement, bullish or bearish, today's candle is going to be pretty important. So if we make a higher high tomorrow, especially with kind of the Trump tariff stuff saying, okay, this is going to happen, you know, some of that news coming out affecting China a little bit. You know, if I go to, here's the 5-minute chart on the SPY, if I turn the extended hours on, you can see we're actually down a little bit from the close. And if I go to the E-minis, which here's the front contracts of the E-minis, you actually have a gap on the 5-minute. So the E-minis are down a little bit, and this is the daily chart on the E-minis. So you can see we did pull into a support on the futures, right? So there's the support. Here's the resistance, and this is a good spot to be watching for longs. All right, so short term and or, you know, even long term, just depending on your time frame and your timetable, I really like this gap. And if we gap down tomorrow and have an inside day candle, it'll make things even easier. But I'm okay with it breaking above 267.86 to continue higher. And if we close below 265.33, that's going to be a really strong bearish signal. Right, so a really good, clear description of, okay, if we break above this candle, let's get in long, and if we break below it, let's get in bearish. We obviously broke above it the very next day, and today was a beautiful retest gap, just absolutely flawless, right? White candle, gapping up. Look at this retest on the 5-minute chart. I mean, if you were trading options today, congratulations. Here's the 5-minute. And just a really, really beautiful retest into some moving averages, right? Came down, traded sideways for a while. So this is where you're getting in long, somewhere around here. My buddy Yates got in bullish right around here and got out for 2 Rs. This is a beautiful trade on the SPY and just a nice pullback mid-afternoon right here into the moving averages and then pulled back again. So anyway, nice pullback, nice level. I like it. Obviously from here, I mean, this is a retest gap, so we could have a small down day tomorrow. I mean, we're most likely will have a retracement of some kind, gap up a little bit, and you know, some high wave candles. But at this level, yeah, just expecting for this kind of double bottom-esque pattern to continue. And you know, whatever retracement we do get, whatever size it is, I'm all about it. Here's the Qs, and the Qs up nicely today, 3%. Here's the weekly chart, and again, this one almost hitting the 100 simple, and I think I talked about that as well over here, mentioning that this is the time that it almost hit the 100 back over here and just didn't quite get there. But I mean, talking about Apple hitting the 100, congrats for those who got a chance to play it. I mean, just days ago on Monday, we're looking at Apple, and I mentioned that I didn't personally think it was going to bounce off the 100 simple moving average on a weekly chart. But if you were going to play it, it'd probably be best to play with shares rather than options. But if you did play it either way, I mean, congratulations. My buddy Mark Carithers let me know that he got some serious R's on Apple. I mean, this was a beautiful move. Very, very pretty inside day candle yesterday. Got that phenomenal hammer candle just the other day. Nice white candle gapping up again. Retest gap, and look at the retest that you got on Apple. Look at this morning star pattern. Ah, jeez. So morning star pattern right here. Very pretty, off the averages, and just, I mean, nice move. So yeah, I like that. I like this going to be pulling back some. And again, got some traders down here with a 160 put sale on Apple. That's nice. Looking forward to this gap most likely filling and just trading up a little bit higher on Apple. And then from there, I mean, are we going to roll over? Are we going to break down? I mean, that part I don't know. I'm guessing we probably do have another rotation down on Apple to some degree. I don't know what size or how big it will be. I will be looking for those reversal candles to happen, so we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Salesforce had a really good gap. This is one of the stocks that I like the most long term. I'm a big fan of Salesforce. I like their CEO. I like their product, reoccurring revenue, and just a really good gap. Did fade this one today though, and I'll talk about why. But here's your your long-term moving averages on Salesforce. Almost got to the 100. Very, very close. And we did gap up and kind of trade down. So this was a really 3 strong white candles in a row on Salesforce, and we gapped up today. Here's the 3-minute chart, and I'll look at the 3-minute because my chart's pretty much still here. I actually kind of looked at it pre-market, so if I turn on pre-market. So here's the pre-market level, and if I just hide this really quick. So this blue line was the pre-market support. So pre-market support got broken within the first minute. This is if I go to like a 5-minute chart, you'll see it was a pretty obvious pre-market support. This is what I was looking at right before market open, so you can kind of see it looks like that. I was like, okay, cool. You got that really strong pre-market support. Boom, boom. There's support level there, and then again in the first just minute or two, right at market open, bam, it broke below. So once it did that, you're most likely looking for a short, looking for the continuation to play down, and did get in bearish. And that was pretty much it, right about there on the exit, right here for about half an hour. I could have entered a little bit better if I played on a 3-minute chart. So on a 3-minute time frame, I realistically, looking at this candle, should have shorted right here with a stop right there. I still would have exited down here, but it would have been for 1 hour rather than half an hour. Not a big deal. It's a good trade. I like it. Usually with fades, I mean, my thought was that Salesforce would bounce. The reason I was a little bit more aggressive on my exit was because of the 200 simple moving average on the daily acting as a little bit of a support. So, it was a good trade. It was a nice fade. Glad it happened. And what are we expecting from here on Salesforce? Well, if I turn off the pre-market and just kind of look at it, this is a really nice retest. I would expect another pullback to some magnitude into the 10 EMA on the hourly and look to buy the dip on Salesforce. Nice gap, nice move. Nice easy fade early this morning, but that's pretty much all we got on Salesforce. So as far as day trades, that was pretty much it. That was one that I was posting in the trading Slack group here. If I pop over here, I'm going to track this down. Where did she go? Right here, yes. So trying to fade CRM 3 minutes after market open. This was the post, and then the very next one below that, that was the setup, and then it was mentioning right here, we will see which triggers first. Because I didn't know if it was going to pull back or if it was going to break down below 135.35 with a stop at 137.66. So obviously the breakdown is the one that didn't in fact trigger. But it was a good good setup and good to recognize that sentiment and kind of cool stuff. So anyway, Apple getting a little bit of a bounce. Microsoft, MSFT also up really strongly. Big move. We are having some very fun and interesting gaps. These gaps on Microsoft are kind of reminding me what just happened days ago. So at some point, I'm expecting Microsoft and just these gaps, are having these huge retest gaps to get some type of pullback. So remember, be very, very cautious where you buy. If you're not in, I'm sorry, you don't really want to buy at 112 though, especially with a breakout. So you don't want to wait up until here to get in bullish, because at that point it's probably too late and we do get that retest most likely. I'm fine with the bouncing bullish. That's totally great, but that's kind of my overall thoughts. Square up 6% on the day. Julian let me know that he did, in fact, buy this covered call back. So Square, this was Mr. Squiggles that I drew on Monday. Monday was a very profitable day. Actually, all the analysis from Monday has been a very profitable day from the afternoon swing trading room. So Square getting this little bounce on. Got the $90 call sale for December and $60 put sale for September. So I'm feeling pretty good about Square, almost regardless of what it does. If it runs up, as long as it closes below 90 by the 21st of December, which I think it will. NVDA up a little bit. Also having a nice little retest gap up. What else are we in? NIO. So this was the IPO article that Ashley and I actually sent out just yesterday. And if you got a chance to read that IPO article and actually talk about and look at the trade setup, it's already up 8% from the email that we sent out yesterday on NIO. Perfect timing, nice little flag. This is a retest gap, so I would not be surprised if we got a little bit of a flash down tomorrow or the next day, and hopefully it slowly grinds higher. Trying to decide if I should hold that one into December or just exit for a small gain at the end of November. I haven't totally decided that yet, but there's the market close. Both are totally up for grabs. We'll find out what happens, but that's NIO. We're also in Billy bullish as well for a bullish swing trade. See if we're going to catch see if that one's going to run a little bit. And then Activision ATVI still has not triggered. So the high of today was 51.36. So that'll be interesting to see if Activision triggers. And yeah, that's pretty much it at this particular point in time. Walmart. If Walmart, does pull back at some point, it's also bouncing nicely off the 100 simple moving average on the daily chart, so that's cool. And I think there's some real-life traders in Target, TGT, and Target had a really cute retest today. Here's the hourly chart, and look at Mr. Squiggles just putting in work. That was what I drew just yesterday on Target. It would pull back down to about that 69.72 mark and bounce. So far, looks good. There's your hourly chart on Target. About to hit the 50. So it'll probably pull back one more time, a little bit, and then again try to get a bounce. But I do think this gap fills on Target, mostly because it's bouncing off of those long-term moving averages on a weekly chart. Anyway, awesome stuff. Glad for the bounce. Buy the salsa, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having fun out there, enjoying the market, enjoying the moves. Big day, fun day, exciting day. It's a Wednesday, spelled with an I. I'll see you all later, and until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.